You've been sold a lie about blush, and you've probably been paying for it twice a year without noticing. You think the flush fading off your cheeks by lunch is your skin's fault. It isn't. You think the viral one everybody swore by would look on you the way it looked on the girl who filmed it in perfect window light. It didn't. And you think the price on the box tells you something about what's inside the pan. Most of the time, it tells you nothing at all. So, here's what you're going to get in the next few minutes. You're going to learn the 8 blushes you need to walk past in 2026, the ones coasting on hype, on packaging, on a viral clip that has nothing to do with how they actually wear on a real face through a real day. And then, you're going to get the 4 that genuinely last, the quiet ones that don't trend, don't sell out in 9 seconds, and don't need to, because they just work. Stick around for the last one, because it's the cheapest thing on this entire list, and it outperforms blushes that cost 5 times as much. Let's start with what you need to drop. Number 1, the viral cream blush in the tiny pot. You saw it everywhere. You watched someone tap it onto the back of their hand, press it into their cheeks, and glow like they were lit from inside. So you bought it. And then you opened it, and you found about a thimble of product for the price of a full-size foundation. You're not paying for pigment with this one. You're paying for the clip you saw. The formula is thin. It shears out to almost nothing on anything but bone-dry skin, and you burn through it in weeks. You don't need the pot. You need to stop letting a 15-second video do your shopping for you. Number 2, the soft pinch liquid everyone copied. Once one liquid blush went viral, every brand on the shelf rushed out their version, and now you're standing in front of a wall of droppers and squeeze tubes that all promise the same dewy, just came back from a run flush. Here's what they don't tell you. Liquid blush is the least forgiving formula there is. You get 1 second to blend before it grabs, and when it grabs, it leaves a stripe. If you've ever ended up with a patchy thumbprint of color you couldn't fix without redoing your whole base, you already know. You're not bad at makeup. You bought a formula that punishes you for blinking. Number 3, the luxury powder in the iconic compact. You know the one. The heavy compact, the embossed lid, the name that's supposed to mean something when it falls out of your bag. You're paying $40, $50, and a huge slice of that is the case in your hand. Not the powder you'll actually wear. Worse, a lot of these legacy powders haven't changed their formula in 20 years. They're chalky, they sit on top of your skin instead of melting in, and the pigment is so polite you have to build it up in 10 passes. You're paying a premium for a name, and the name peaked before you were buying your own makeup. Number 4, the Skin Tint Blush and Bronzer Stick. This one sold you on doing 3 jobs at once. Blush, bronze, glow, all in one swipe, all in one stick you can do in the back of an Uber. And in theory, you loved that. In practice, you're dragging a waxy stick across your cheek, tugging at your base, lifting your foundation off in little rolls, and getting a greasy shine that slides into your pores by hour 3. Multitasking sticks sound efficient. What they actually do is 1 thing badly and 2 things worse. Number 5. The glittery blush topper you use twice a year. You bought it for the holidays. It promised a lit from within sparkle, and on camera with a ring light, it looked incredible. Then you wore it in daylight and you looked like you'd fallen face first into a craft store. The chunky glitter doesn't read as glow in real life. It reads as glitter. It travels down your face as the day goes on, it sits in every fine line, and you've reached for it maybe twice since you bought it. It's not a blush, it's a costume. And you're storing it like an investment. Number 6, the drugstore dupe that dupes the shade and nothing else. You saw the side-by-side, same color in the pan, a fraction of the price, and a comparison clip that made it look like you'd be a fool to pay more. So you grabbed it, and the swatch on your arm did match. But here's what a swatch can't show you. The dupe matched the color and missed everything that mattered, which is how it holds. It fades unevenly, it oxidizes a shade more orange by afternoon, and it has 0 of the binding that keeps the expensive one locked to your face. A dupe that disappears by 2 p.m. isn't a dupe. It's a different, cheaper product wearing the same color costume. Number 7. The Clean Girl Matte that flattens your whole face. This one rode the entire aesthetic. Effortless, neutral, that scrubbed and expensive look everybody wanted in their feed. But the flat matte finish that photographs as clean in a filtered post does something very different on living skin. It kills every bit of natural light your face throws back. You put it on, and you look tired, not polished. You bought a vibe, and the vibe doesn't translate to a three-dimensional face in motion. If your blush makes you look more flat the more you apply it, that's not your skin failing. That's the formula. Number 8. The limited edition shade you bought out of fear. This is the one you have to be most honest with yourself about. It wasn't even a color you wanted. It was a color that was about to be gone. The brand told you it was dropping, the influencers told you it was selling out, and you bought it on a wave of, what if I never get the chance again? You've worn it maybe once. Limited edition fear isn't a reason to own a blush. It's a marketing engine, and you've been feeding it. In 2026, when something is almost gone, let it go. You will not miss it. You already aren't. The second one that lasts is the cream to powder hybrid that sets itself. You were burned by liquids that grabbed and creams that slid, so this is the formula that fixes both. You apply it like a cream, so you get that natural, from within flush, and then it sets down to a soft powder finish that doesn't budge, doesn't slide into your pores, and doesn't need a powder on top to stay put. It gives you the look the viral cream promised, and the staying power the viral cream never delivered. This is the one you reach for when you actually need your face to last through a long day. The third one that lasts is the buildable liquid from the brand that got it right before it was a trend. Yes, after I just told you to drop the copycat liquids. The difference is everything. This isn't a formula rushed out to chase a viral moment. It's been refined to give you real working time before it sets, so you can actually blend it without fighting it, and once it's down, it's locked. The pigment is concentrated enough that a single drop covers both cheeks, which means the bottle you think is expensive is actually the cheapest per wear on this entire list. You weren't wrong to want a liquid blush. You were just sold the wrong one. And the fourth one that lasts is the one I told you to stick around for. It's a cream blush in plain, boring packaging that costs less than your coffee, and it quietly outperforms blushes that cost 5 times more. There's no embossed case. There's no influencer deal you'd recognize. There's just a generous amount of richly pigmented product that blends with your fingers, melts into your skin, and stays. You will use it for months. You will repurchase it without thinking. And every time you walk past the $40 compact you used to covet, you'll remember that the best blush you own was the one nobody was paid to tell you about. In 2026, you get to flip that. Before you tap Add to Cart, ask yourself one question. Are you buying the blush, or are you buying the story someone wrapped around it? Because the pan doesn't know it went viral. Your skin at the end of a long day doesn't care what the case looked like. The only thing that matters is whether the color is still there, still you, still lasting. And now you know exactly which ones do. If this changed how you'll shop your next blush, you know what to do, and tell me down below. Which of these 8 is still sitting in your makeup bag right now? Be honest. I won't judge.